So I'm going to place this in my already prepared tray. Meanwhile, my oven is set. With the fork, you can just pierce through and give it some nice designs and breathing space. So that's it. So at this point, we're going to glaze our chicken pies with our already whisked egg. It gives it this golden look. So this is set to go into our preheated oven. Remember, I told you, you preheat your oven at a temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit and you bake for between 15 to 20 minutes. And that's it. Our chicken pies, the African chicken pies, are out of the oven. See how lovely they're looking, so yummy. I bet you want to have a taste of this.
visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTA. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
When life gets busy, you can always rely on Go TV to make things a little easier. Upgrade to the next package and we'll boost you to a higher package for free. Go TV. Love it.
What is happening? Your eyes are red. You are armed with a machete and a gun.
See, I am angry and I can't even contain it. See.
Oh, my guy, calm down.
See,
calm down.
See, Oga. I have planned to go and destroy these people's businesses in the city. I have to retaliate for what they've done at our own place. They cannot eat their cake and have it now, never.
If you destroy their business here, and they destroyed that of those close to you over there, especially that your brother who sends you steady cash, how would you survive? Would your dreams be on hold?
Hello, thanks for joining us. This is the news on NTA International. I'm Ruth Aguele. My sign language interpreter is Precious Ozamina. Let's bring you the headlines. INEC declares Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC as president-elect after scoring highest votes in the February 25th general elections. INEC presents certificates of return to President-elect and his vice. At least 32 dead, dozens injured after two trains collided in Greece. The victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect has been sealed by the Independent National Electoral Commission with presentation of certificates of return. INEC correspondent Mia Ogidi witnessed the ceremony at the International Conference Center, Abuja.
Carnival of some sort. Everyone shouting, Jakaban, Jakaban. Excited, victorious supporters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, as he makes his way to the African Hall International Conference Center Abuja to receive his certificate of return from INEC barely 12 hours after declaring him as the winner of the February 25 presidential election. Roll call of who is who in the governing APC in attendance. Did he even sit? Maybe briefly, because the duration of the event was not even enough for pleasantries with his party members. With a victorious smile, he approached the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, receiving the instrument sealing his mandate from the electoral umpire. Similar presentation also to the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima.
The road has been long, yet we walk it.
Bola Tinubu, in a 15-minute speech, spoke to the soul of many.
Our destiny as a people and a nation depend on our ability to share the artificial restrictions of bias and prejudice so that we live fully onto our democratic creed, that no one is innately superior or entitled to greater rights and opportunities than any other Nigerian.
INEC says National Assembly members will also get their certificates of return in a date that will be issued through a press statement. From the International Conference Center, Abuja, Mayor Ogidi, NTA News.
In the early hours of today, INEC declared Ahmed Bola Tinubu of the APC as the president-elect after scoring the highest vote in the presidential election. Once again, here is Mayor Ogidi with that report.
Summary of results from the states.
Commitment and resilience saw Nigeria through at the International Conference Center, Abuja, for 3 days. INEC midwifing the 7th presidential election in the Fourth Republic.
For the cancellation.
Overvoting, sir.
From Sunday to Wednesday, results trickled in from the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, keeping the nation in suspense. Some persons guessing and making permutations of who will win the race among the 18 candidates. Imo State was the last to be collated at about 12:30 a.m. March 1st, 2023. 24.9 million voters participated. Then the chief returning officer and INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, displayed the blank result sheet before stakeholders, then called his team, aggregating the votes from the states, while observers, party agents and journalists take a little refreshment. At about 4:45 a.m. Wednesday, the long-awaited moment of delivery arrived.
That Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
Party agents called to endorse the results. Then celebrations followed.
And you can see people are rejoicing, and we are rejoicing, and we are happy.
Congratulations to Tinubu. Congratulations to APC. Congratulations to all Nigerians.
It's been a long work for all the political parties, but as the exercise requires, only one will win. And finally, Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC has won. So, in the next coming 2 weeks, contest will go to the state levels where governorship and state houses of assembly elections will take place. It will going to be another keen contest at the state levels. From the National Collation Center for the 2023 presidential election, Abuja, Mayor Ogidi, NTA News.
The president-elect and candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has promised to work hard with Nigerians to actualize Nigeria's aspiration for greatness. Bola Tinubu made the promise in his acceptance speech following the announcement by the chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who declared the ruling party's presidential winner of the Saturday 25th February 2023 presidential election. Let's hear from Musbahu Donwahab.
It was a long, sleepless night at the National Collation Center, but INEC could not keep Nigerians any longer for the big news to come. So too did APC loyalists keep vigil at the party's presidential campaign head office in Abuja. And when the most expected moment finally came at 4:30 a.m., it threw the already primed ecstatic supporters into the frenzy of celebration. And then came the man of the moment and his close allies. He never lacked words to express happiness and appreciation to those who worked for his victory at the polls, including President Muhammadu Buhari and his family. He went beyond political divides to thank all Nigerians who participated in the electoral process and the umpire itself, INEC.
I represent that promise, and with your support, I know that promise will be fulfilled. You will, and we will achieve it together. I commend INEC for running a credible election, no matter what anybody says.
Tinubu promises to be a servant leader prepared to work hard in propelling the country to prosperity.
Have you be your servant and not be your leader. To work with you and make Nigeria a great country. I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow contestants to let us team up together. It is the only nation we have. It is one country that we must build together. We work together to put broken pieces together. We must work for the unity, happiness, and harmony.
We will hit the ground running. Nigerians are expecting so much from us, and by the grace of Almighty God, we will not disappoint Nigerians.
In Abuja, Musbah and Wahab, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the winner of the 2023 general elections, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing him as the best man for the job. In a statement, President Buhari also pledged to ensure orderly handover of power, hailing the just concluded election as Africa's biggest democratic process, which he also acknowledged some of the technical hitches and other areas that needs work to bring further transparency and credibility to the voting procedure. The president added that none of the issues registered represent a challenge to the free and fair nature of the elections, calling on all candidates to remember the peace accord. President Buhari rounds off with a resounding call to not undermine the credibility of the elections. Political and community leaders in Katsina State have continued to pay visit to President Muhammadu Buhari's private residence in Daura to express their happiness and congratulate him following the emergence of his party's candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the next president of the country. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
Amongst the early callers at the president's residence was Governor Amindu Bello Masari, who led a high-powered Katsina State government delegation, including the state deputy governor and members of his cabinet. The highly elated President Buhari thanked the people for their massive support to the governing APC in the presidential and National Assembly elections, asking them to further mobilize for the upcoming gubernatorial and state assembly elections. The president repeated what he often said about the president-elect, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly believes in Nigeria and is genuinely committed to her progress and sustainable future. Governor Masari described as fulfilling that pundit projections that Katsina State will not deliver to the APC turned out to be false.
In Kaduna, we had the election without loss of life, without any violence recorded. And so he is very pleased and happy about it, and the reports coming from across the nation that have been reaching him have indicated quite a successful election. And you know, as a president leaving office, having a successor from his party, so I don't think you need to ask him whether he is happy or not happy. The answer is known, is positive, that he is more happy than the candidate, because this is his election. It's a verdict on the performance of his government that was the reason why people of Nigeria voted for All Progressive Congress.
The president also received in audience the Emir of Daura, Umar Farooq Umar, and other title holders from the emirate. The Emir congratulated the president on the election outcomes, his giant strides in development, and successfully preserving Nigeria as an indivisible entity, describing them as historic achievements. The Emir said he is proud of his people in Daura who did not fail the president and his party in the elections. From Daura, Katsina State, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo and other members of the Federal Executive Council have expressed their satisfaction on the just concluded presidential election and also congratulated the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his victory at the polls. The council wished him the best as he prepares to lead the nation. The Vice President and the Council also congratulated the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima and the First Lady's designate Oluremi Tinubu. We'll bring you the full details in subsequent bulletin. In the meantime, let's also inform you that goodwill messages have continued to pour in for the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our correspondent Deborah Balagbobo compiled it.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has congratulated the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima on their election victory. He noted that the outcome of the election is a seal of approval by the Nigerian people of the performance of the government of the APC in the last 8 years. He commended President Muhammadu Buhari for the sustenance and providing a level playing field for all the parties. Similarly, Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Chairman, Presidential Transition Council, Boss Mustafa, on behalf of the Federal Executive Council, congratulates the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima on their victory. FEC notes that the President-elect is a seasoned administrator, a technocrat of monumental proportion, astute politician, and a committed party man whose unrivaled determination is to move the country forward. It has the confidence that the incoming administration will build on the legacies of the outgoing administration for a guaranteed, united, peaceful, prosperous, and virile nation. In this regard, FEC calls on Nigerians to eschew violence and other negative acts capable of eroding the gains of the present democratic process. In the same vein, the All Progressive Congress has commended Nigerians, particularly leader of the party, President Muhammadu Buhari, for supporting an electoral process that gave the party's presidential candidate victory. National Publicity Secretary of APC, Felix Moka, said participation by Nigerians, particularly the electorate, during the electoral process showcased renewed vigor towards transformative development. The other political parties and their supporters were also commended and urged to join hands with the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu to work for the good and benefit of all Nigerians, irrespective of partisan, political, ethnic, and religious differences. Chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, has also congratulated President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying his victory in the February 25th presidential election was well-deserved and one built on years of focus, hard work, doggedness, and the political sagacity of a Democrat Also, Tinubu's victory has been described as the evidence of true Democrat by the Kano State Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. In a swift reaction to Tinubu's victory, Governor Ganduje applauded the hard political struggle and commitment of Tinubu's political dynasty, which formed elements from across the nation in making sure that the presidential candidate won the entire process. In Abuja, Deborah Balagubo, NTA News.
All right, let's go on a break. We're back shortly. Stay tuned.
It is time for us to leave this place.
One of your earrings is missing.
No one will find it.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
Have a big plan.
What do you want?
I want a senior position at the bank.
If anything happens to me, go through the content of this envelope and check every single thing.
It's done. No one will ever find out the truth.
Latest entrant, latest technology. Welcome to Intel 4G LTE Advanced and experience super fast internet access today. Visit intel.com.ng or any of our stores in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt to get started. Intel. Live more.
Welcome back. People in the Federal Capital Territory are confident that the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu will deliver on key areas of intervention while also expressing belief in the process. Charles Alpha brings us reactions from the street.
For the people in the Federal Capital Territory, it's like a normal working day for them, a normal business day for them. For an election with such magnitude, going around, you discover that everyone right now in the Federal Capital Territory is quite pleased with what they are seeing in place is calm. The city center is calm.
I think the 2023 election is an improvement on what we've had before now. And I think we have gone a lot ahead.
Since 1999, this is the first election, peaceful, no violence, and a try, because the beavers will try. This moment, any politician is not ready to work. After 4 years, going back to his house.
Well, it is not longer news. A new president-elect has emerged, and there are high hopes that he will do so much as soon as he is sworn in come May 29.
Expectations are very high. I've been to Lagos. And I like what I see in Lagos. I hope he replicates what he did in Lagos.
I want him to be magnanimous. He's winning. I want him to carry Nigerians along.
And we thank God, from the headline of we see in NTA, him, the president-elect, has said it all, that he will concentrate on the universities, autonomous of university, and that should be the first priority of the government.
So all I will advise those who are feeling somehow. So if you lose now, there is opportunity for you to come up in the next election.
They are also hopeful that it doesn't matter whoever has lost. All they need to do right now is to synergize and bring that wealth of experience together and move Nigeria forward for the benefit of all and sundry. In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
Thank you, Charles. Complimentary messages to the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has continued to pour in across the country. Senate, in its part, has assured the President-elect of the support of the 10th Senate. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Onkwo reports.
The mood in the Senate was that of mixed feelings. An increased number of senators in attendance compared to that of Tuesday. Those who won re-election and those who lost. But national assignment must go on. Plenary commenced with President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, congratulating the President-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The winner of the presidential election of 2023
Senator Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was declared winner by INEC. Pray that this country would see more and better development and progress. And we also pray that the Senate, the 10th Senate, will provide the kind of support that the President-elect would need for the betterment of our country.
2 bills were passed for second reading. The Federal College of Education Technical Iwo Osun State Establishment Bill, sponsored by Senator Adelere Oriolonwo, and the Federal Orthopedic Center Hitu Boma Imo State Establishment Bill, sponsored by Senator Frank Ibezim.
To develop and offer academic, technical, and professional programs leading to the award of certificates, first degree, postgraduate, research, diploma, and higher education.
The institution has actually been put in place by Executive VHAT, but just as is expected, it's necessary to have necessary backing.
To also offer a new approach to healthcare that focuses on compassionate, personalized attention for every patient and the very best specialists and advanced treatments in the orthopedic fields.
Senate has confirmed the nomination of Mahmouda Issa for appointment as Resident Electoral Commissioner to represent Kebbi State in the Independent National Electoral Commission. Senate adjourned plenary to Thursday, the 2nd of March 2023. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The vice presidential candidate of Labour Party, Yusuf Detti Baba Ahmed, has announced that the Labour Party will be going to court to challenge the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. At a press conference in Abuja, Detti Baba Ahmed thanked Nigerians for their votes for Labour Party, adding that the election results did not meet the criteria of free and fair elections.
Their belief in us and for coming out en masse to vote for the Labour Party and for the cause they believe in, the birth of a new Nigeria. We're immensely grateful to the youth, obedience, and all support groups, including Nigerians in diaspora, for their sacrifices, conduct, and commitment to a better Nigeria. In addition to the most condemnable attacks, violence, voter intimidation, and suppression, the election was conducted in clear violation of agreed and promised INEC rules and guidelines, the Electoral Act 2002 as amended, and indeed the Nigerian Constitution.
The vice presidential candidate, however, urged supporters of the party to remain calm and peaceful.
Be assured of our determination to fight the injustice that have been perpetrated on Nigerians through all legal and peaceful means. While painful, we implore you all to please remain peaceful and calm, as our fight and determination for a new Nigeria is just beginning. We equally encourage you all to continue with the campaigns and vote massively for Labour Party in the forthcoming governorship and State's House of Assembly elections on 11th March 2023.
On the global scene, Russian law amendments punish discrediting military, including voluntary formations. At least 32 dead, dozens injured after 2 trains collide in Greece and Afghans fleeing the Taliban allowed into South Africa as asylum seekers. Charles Alpha will bring us the details now.
Russia brought new law amendments to parliament on Wednesday that further strengthened the country's censorship laws, envisaging up to 50 years in jail for discrediting the armed forces and voluntary military organizations such as the Wagner Group. Bakhmut's complained in January that there are bloggers and social media channels that discredit his fighters who can't be punished under existing laws. Vyacheslav Volodin, the chairman of the Duma Russia lower house of parliament, said that any public dissemination of false information about the force will be punishable according to the amendments of the criminal code. At least 32 persons have been killed and another 85 injured after 2 trains collided near the Greek city of Larissa. Authorities said as emergency services raced Wednesday to find survivors among the wreckage. Several carriages were almost completely destroyed in the collision between a passenger train and a freight train just before midnight on Tuesday, with at least one car appearing to catch fire and trapped. Smoke and flames emerged from several cars, some of which had overturned when they came off the tracks in the impact. The passenger train carrying 350 passengers had been traveling from the capital to the northern city of Thessaloniki. In Africa, Pretoria High Court ordered to grant 22 Afghans fleeing the Taliban access to South Africa on asylum transit visas, report says will stand. The Department of Home Affairs has confirmed that Tuesday's judgment is final. The department will abide by the ruling of the court and take all necessary steps to give effect to the ruling, said department spokesperson Sia Koza. The department will deal with the asylum applications during the asylum process. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And we're done. Thank you very much for your time. I'm Ruth Aguele. My sign language interpreter is Precious Ozomina. Bye.
Your window to the world.
What is happening? Your eyes are red. You are armed with a machete and a gun.
See, I am angry and I can't even contain it. See.
Oh, my guy, calm down.
See,
calm down.
See, Oga. I have planned to go and destroy these people's businesses in the city. I have to retaliate for what they've done at our own place. They cannot eat their cake and have it now. Never.
If you destroy their business here and they destroy that of those close to you over there, especially that your brother who sends you steady cash, how would you survive? Would your dreams be on hold?
See, what you're saying is correct. But I'm still angry.
The best way is to embrace peace. With peace and unity,
my people, let us embrace peace and unity. Let's learn to live as brothers and sisters for a progressive, prosperous nation. This message is brought to you from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of NY